What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Peace to the planet. How y'all doing today? Today is Friday. It is 10:04. I hope everybody had a great week. I took my 2 days off already, so I'm working tonight and tomorrow night. More or less though. Yeah. Friday's finally here, right? Weekend's here. We about to get it in. Whatever. I hope you guys have a safe weekend. A good weekend. Enjoy it. Most definitely. Let's get right into it, man. This is Food Service YouTube. Welcome. This is Food for Thoughts, Recipe 14. Thank you. Come on in. Let's get right into it. First and foremost, I wanted to definitely get this out the way, because the brother has passed away, and I don't want to keep on dwelling on this and keep on talking about it because now it's time to put in the work. So, final farewell to the brother Nipsey. Yesterday they had his funeral over at the Staples Center in California, and today was his burial. So first off, I want to say that, to have that amount of people come show love to a brother who was not a to me, one of the top 5 rappers as far as popularity is concerned, to me, hands down, to me right now, by far, he's one of the greatest rappers as far as, and that's in the game right now because of what he stood for. So many times I look for, substance in music because a lot of the times I'm tired of hearing these people keep repeating the same thing over and over, and it's just being regurgitated to whoever's on the mic as opposed to, somebody actually doing the work. And I have to salute Brother Nipsey, for one, for being one of those individuals who defined that line and separated himself from those who do and those who don't. Plain and simple. And that brother was one who definitely do. He put in that work. He's been doing it for years now. So, to have a funeral at this altitude speaks volumes on the man that he is. Sad to say, probably a lot of you guys won't have that type of effect, and it's not too late. Maybe it is possible if you choose to change the narrative and choose to, stand for something as opposed to, telling lies, only seeing yourself in your music. After all these years of consistently keep doing the same thing, it's like, how many cars you're gonna buy? How big does the house have to be? How, what I'm saying? How much money do you possibly need, Not saying that you don't need money, we all need money, but like, I look at it like this. This is the way I look at it, right? If you set up your money to have invest and you got your money lined up where your money is making itself and you're still making money, but yet and still, you have family, you have loved ones you want to take care of. So that's why you set up businesses, you set up situations where they're gonna come and they're gonna benefit off that by you're setting them up to be business men and women as well. You're sending them off to school so they can reap off this. So when they come out, they are, taking off and doing things on their own. And you're setting up opportunities for them. Not to the point where you're feeding them and constantly giving them money and giving them. No, you're setting them up situations where they can feed themselves. So if you're in a position to do so, that's why I firmly believe, when you open up these doors and set these opportunities, these people could structure their own lives and be able to provide for themselves. You understand? So, and that goes along with with my same thing would go along with my own kids. Like I would never want them to feel that they're obligated to or entitled to have anything they want. No, you're gonna have the basic necessities, and then when it comes to earning, you have to earn it like everybody else. Nothing is gonna be given to you. That's not the way the world works. So once they have a thorough understanding of that and they work for theirs, they're gonna have a purpose now. And they're gonna have an understanding of how to do things and what they want to do in life and what they want out of life. So, a lot of times I find it, when rich people, they thread that line by giving their kids too much. So therefore it cripples them. Now you have your kids who so accustomed to having anything they want, doing anything they want, going anywhere they want. They have no value for life besides having the finest things and going anywhere they want and buying anything they want. And that's not right, because it's not like that in the real world. And how long do you intend to this money to last? So with that being said, you set them up where they make their own money. They become their own. They have their own identities, and that goes a long way, as opposed to giving them. No, teach them how to get, so they could turn around and give to others, and do the same thing for their kids. Yes, you're gonna have things set up for them, but that's when they reach to a certain age. Yes, you're gonna have businesses and investments and things left over for them when you're gone, but that's when they reach to a certain age. But until they reach about that time frame, say in between 18 to about 30, probably even 35, you're not getting a dime. You're gonna be taught how to make your own. You're gonna be taught how to work. You're gonna be taught how to invest. But moving right along, as I was saying with the brother Nipsey, man, that was such a beautiful eulogy yesterday. To see people all over the world, man, who came out for this brother, man. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing. Everything from his significant other, what she said about him, the big brother Snoop Dogg, his mother, his father, his brother, his kids, his nephews. I mean, the whole thing was just a beautiful thing, man. And I would love to see everybody go out that way. Fortunately not, because probably in let's say another year or so, most people are not even going to remember the work that he's done. Well, maybe the work that he's done and what he's done is going to live on forever. Let's get that understood. But most people are not going to care to continue the legacy. All they're going to do is, care about themselves and what they have to do. And when I say most people, we're not talking about the everyday people that's like me and you, who's trying to just keep the lights on and fill up the refrigerator. We're talking about the ones, the elites, the higher ups with all that money. That's so much of it, they don't even know what to do. They run out of things to buy or places to go. These are the jobs that must be done, by coming into these inner communities, coming into these inner cities, and start to provide a structure and an environment and some type of outlet for these kids to have the minute they get out of high school, as opposed to falling into the cesspool of becoming gang members, of becoming drug dealers, and becoming another statistic, and becoming a possible child dead to senseless violence. So, these people have to take responsibility. If you have the position and you're in the position to do so, please, you brothers could come together, sisters could come together and make this work. You've reaped the benefits of all these people based on all their stories and whoever was telling them behind the microphone, And it's gotta come to a point where it's bigger than just the amount of money you got sitting in your bank account, But once again, rest in peace to brother Nipsey, his family, his loved ones, his friends, his fans, all over the world, his supporters. May his work goes on and on and on. The marathon continues. May it never dies. He has left behind such a legacy. He goes down in history with the great Martin Luther King, with the great Malcolm X, with the great Harriet Tubman, with the great, you know, Bob Marley, you know, with the great Biggie Smalls, with the great Tupac. Like, he sits in that caliber. And it's such a beautiful thing, you know, to have witnessed. Sad that he had to go at such an early age, but he's left behind a lifetime of videos, man. I didn't even know this man had so much interviews, man. This man has been laboring, and kind of God must have, like I said, God made this happen for a reason. You understand? I said it before on my Instagram. God purposely made this happen. I never believed that God is going to do something that is unintentional. Everything is a reason behind it. And it's for us as people to wake up and understand that. And this was done for us as a prime example. You don't understand, for us to open up our eyes and start taking responsibility to help these young brothers and sisters that we're raising that's around us. I don't care what color you are or what community you come from. If there's a child that comes around me, that I much uphold a certain level of responsibility as an adult to, you know, guide that child. I don't care if it's for 5 minutes or 5 seconds or 5 years, you know, to do my best as an adult to be the role model around that child and take responsibility, you know. Rest in peace, brother. We're truly gonna miss you, man. But moving right along, the situation with the Full House lady from Aunt Becky. I spoke about it the other day, where she's possibly gonna be going to jail because this woman has been walking around, parading around like she's in a movie scene, like I told y'all before. But now it's coming to the point where, you know, they gave her a plea deal. She denied the plea deal. And she figured her money's long. She could throw money at you guys and she'll make this go away. Well, that's not looking so well for you, because you denied the plea deal, so now they're going to stick you with the possibility of the minimum 2 years, the maximum probably, I think, 4 years. It might be bigger than, might be more than that, depends on the situation. But I digged into it. I finding out that this thing is literally a circus ring. Like, there's so much people involved in this. She was just one of the people who paid so much for her 2 kids to get into school. So I think other people has taken the plea, but she chose not to. And because of that, you know, she's gonna go to trial. And good luck. You know, I don't wish jail on nobody, but I found out that the people that was involved in this thing, man, it's so much these people was making, and so much damage was being done. Like, there was a guy who specialized in taking standardized testings from anything from SATs to, you know, final exams or what have you. This guy was that good, literally. So he would go around and he would somehow, some way, he was taking these exams for these kids. I don't know how the thing was being run, but it was being run for some time. This man was as far as Texas to Canada, you know, and California, and who knows where. As people were overseas even. Yes. This one person who was the person taking the exam, and he worked for this one Pacific person, and that one Pacific person had numerous people involved, where this one person was taking the exam for all these different types of people, but the people that were paying and the people he was employing based on the guy taking the exam and how they was running this scheme, man, it was something that was like, you know, but all good things come to an end. And, you know, they deserve what they're gonna get. You know, it's not fair because you have money and you can fight this. If anybody else, any other race, and I'm sad to say, but they would have been stuck with the books. You know, book them, throw away the key. But yeah, man, this guy happened to be a college graduate from Harvard, and he was just so good at taking standardized tests that man, you know, he would know how to perfectly take the right, take the exam and get the right score, so it looks like, you know, he didn't do too much, but it was just enough to get him over, you know, and yeah, that's what it is, man. So, you know, I'm sitting back and I'm just watching like everybody else. So, you know, like I said, I don't wish jail on nobody, but hey, you do the crime, you gotta do the time. That's just the way it is. Moving right along. Sad story over in Minnesota. A black man took a 5-year-old and threw him over a 3-story, I think a 3-level balcony in a Made in America mall in Minnesota. Thank God the child is still living, but is in critical condition and is possibly life-threatened. He's gonna be hit with attempt murder. And I just don't know what is running through some people's mind. Like, you gonna pick up a 5-year-old and throw him over a balcony. What is going in your mind and in your heart that takes you to that point where you have to hurt a 5-year-old, an innocent baby? This is what I say all the time, people. You know? All the time I tell y'all it's not safe out there. It's a war going on out there. You know? With this guy, man, I don't care. Book him. Lock him up, throw away the key. Give him life. Because I'm a firm believer. I don't believe in hurting kids. I love kids, and I don't care what nationality you are, what, you know, I don't care. I don't even care if it was a racist child, of a parent of a racist child. As much as I hate racist people, you know, that's a baby at the end of the day, you know? So, you know, to this extent, book him, throw away the key, lock him up for life, give him the chair. I don't care, you know? Because it's a zero tolerance, man. There's no excuse. There's nothing you can possibly say to me to make me stop feeling this way. That child is innocent. You understand? And a person like you, you know the difference between right and wrong. What's going on with you, I have no idea. But there's no medical excuse that can excuse that. None. Anyway, moving right along. Wendy Williams is finally getting divorced. She said her and her husband Kevin Hunter is coming to an end. You know, as much as this woman talks about everybody else and, you know, like in a negative light, you know, or putting out people's dirt, like, you know what I'm saying? But when you in this game, like even me, like I'm on this platform and I'm doing what I do, all shots, whatever you got to say about me, you probably knew me from the past. I don't care. Whatever gonna be said, I don't care. But my message, I'm gonna stand on that. And if you listen well and you pay attention, my message is really for, you know, trying to save the youth. So, you know, when I say things about other people, that's really to just you know, make them understand how they're living, how selfishly they're living, and what they could do if they would choose to care about others besides their own. And that's as simple as that. But yeah, man, Wendy Williams getting a divorce. So, you know, I don't know what to think, you know. If that's what she want, that's what she want. I wish her the best. But a taste of your own medicine, that's all I can say, you know, because she's always throwing somebody under the bus on a negative aspect, you know. But it is what it is. I wish her the best, like I said. And yeah, Kevin Hunter, I guess he had a baby with this mistress, and he still got ties and businesses with her, so he's still gonna be eating from her. So hey, it is what it is. Yeah, but man, I tell you guys all the time, man, it's a war going outside. No man, no woman, no child is safe. Understand? So it is what it is. Prepare these babies, tighten them up, suited, booted, and ready to go. Educate them, instill that knowledge, instill that discipline, you know. Take them to these karate classes. Like I'm always say that. Like your child needs to learn how to self-defense, you know. Yeah, we're not training them to be killers, but there's killers out there. So we want them to be able to, do more than just scream when somebody's trying to harm them. But food thought of the day, Brother Nipsey said, when you tell the truth, they will try to kill you. And at this point in my life, I was just talking to one of my brothers. It's like, yo, I want to stand on what I say, bro. There's no compromise. There's no middle line on what I say, yo. When I say something, I mean what I say. And what I'm fighting for, what I believe in, I'm so into that, or rather, I'm willing to die for that, because that's how much I believe in. We need to save our youth, save these kids from becoming future criminals, from becoming future jail inmates. And if I'm going to speak my truth, I don't wish it upon me, but if some people's not going to like it and it's going to rub them the wrong way, so be it. If I must go, I must go. The truth is not for everybody. Some people don't like to hear about themselves. Like I said, I talk about myself just like I'll talk about anybody else. I'm never going to be the one to just sit there and talk about somebody, not looking at myself. But I never come at anybody on a negative tip anyway. It's all about something constructive, something that's to better us as a people. I'm calling you out on your BS. That's because you doing BS. I'm not calling you out just to sing you out because I don't like you. If I don't like you, I don't like you. That's my personal business, and that's not something I want to put in the universe. But at the same time, that should never impact how I feel based on the information I'm giving out. See, that's emotion. I'm here logically talking about things that needs to be going on in the world, in our communities, in our cities, in the household. So with that being said, I'm always tell the truth. I don't know how to do anything else. I'm not going to lie just because I want to save my own ass. I don't care if it's my mother, my brothers, my sisters. I don't care. The truth is the truth. That's what it is. I'm going to always stand on that. That's just who I am. I don't know how to be anything else. On that note, this is Food Service YouTube. Recipe 14. It's your boy Food signing out. You already know. Chill.